You are listening to the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast. I'm Nicole Holcomb, former teacher and school counselor turned civil rights attorney and podcast host. It wasn't that long ago that we learned the reason that our daughter was struggling to learn to read in first grade was dyslexia. Fast forward 4 years past many hours of research and collaborating with experts in the field of dyslexia, now I'm sharing the lessons I have learned that took me from being an overwhelmed mom who didn't understand dyslexia to a go-to mom who is helping hundreds of moms each week through education and collaboration. I created the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast to give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies and hacks to help you do the same. If you're feeling alone and lost on your parenting dyslexia journey and you're looking to find a mom who gets it, you're in the right place. Let's jump in and get started. Hey friend, I am so glad that you're here with me today. Today, we are going to talk all about the to-do list. And for those of you that have been around for a minute, you know that I'm very type A perfectionist type of person that likes to have the to-do list and check the things off. But I was recently challenged with that thought, not personally, but just the thought in general. I went to a dyslexia event last week and heard speaker Sarah Cross Sullivan, who is an attorney and a mom to a dyslexic and an advocate and attorney for dyslexia. And her whole conversation was really about how life is hard, how we have to have hope. It was really an amazing discussion and conversation that she had. But one of the pieces that I wanted to share with you today is all about the to-do list. And she challenged that thinking and challenged us moms to think about the stop doing list. You heard it, the stop doing list. What are the things that we're doing that we should stop doing? And so I gave that some real serious thought over the last several days, and I came up with the top three things that you can stop doing. They're really not to-do lists. This is the list that you don't have that you really need. So here we go. Here are the three things. The first one is don't be perfect. Don't be perfect. So life and motherhood is really imperfection, right? And if you think about how you, and I'm going to put in air quotes, how are you happy, right? You have to think about kind of where we live right now, right? Like as far as not like where you geographically live, that's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is, are we killing ourselves every day for our feed? Are you killing yourself to look like the person in Instagram that you follow, or the TikTok account that you follow, or if you're still on Facebook, like the Facebook groups that you follow? Are you doing things to keep up with your neighbors? Or maybe you're at the pool with other moms here shortly, right, as we come up upon summer, or maybe you're at the soccer game, right, and people are talking about their child's school and this and that, and you just want things to be perfect. Because we live in a society that is what the norm is pushed, right? That we have a perfect house, things are clean, our laundry's done, our kids are, look a certain way. And you know what? You don't have to be that way. And really in life, we're not perfect, regardless of what our Instagram feeds look like. So I want you to embrace not doing perfect. Just don't do it. Be yourself and let your children be who they are. And don't apologize for that, but don't do perfect. The second one goes right along with that. And this for some people, and I'll be honest, including myself at times, is don't care what others think. I mean, seriously, this is a hard one for me, especially because I'm so type A and I'm such a people pleaser. This one is hard. It's been a hard one. But as I turned 50 this year, yes, woohoo! As I turned 50 this year, I realized that it's okay. It is okay and acceptable that others might not agree with things. When you think about the way people think your home should look, or what type of job you should have, or even if especially in this world that you're living in, a dyslexia, is your child homeschooled? Is your child in private school? Is your child in public school? Do you work out of the home? Do you have a job? Do you not have a job? Is your job your family? Or that is the life you've chosen? Like whatever it looks like, right? Like all those pieces, there's not a right and there's not a wrong. How you choose to parent and discipline your children, what you choose to spend money on, your vacations, your cars, whatever monthly expenses. It can even be down to the types of gifts that you give. When you go to a birthday party or to a friend's lunch for a birthday, what do you take? And, at the end of the day, we have to think about, going back to number one, that don't do perfect, is what is important to you? I want you to really think about that this week. What makes you happy? And I mean, seriously happy. And for some of us, we have been in the mode of taking care of others for so long, you may have lost sight of that. So think about that. Think about what truly makes you happy. Think about the values you have as a family. What is your priorities as a family? And when you're living that way, you don't have to care what others think, what others say, because I'll tell you that everyone has an opinion. And my mom told me that very, very thing many years ago, but in a more colorful way that I won't share with you on the podcast, but that everybody has an opinion. And it's okay. Even recently, someone was sharing with me that their child was having the same conversation because another child was telling them they didn't like something they were wearing. And the mom was like, that's okay. They have their opinion and you have yours. And so you have to really, especially when you're raising kids with dyslexia, because there's going to be times when you do want validation from others, whether you realize it or not. It is, something about our human nature to want to be liked and want to be valued by others. And that's fine. Some of that to a degree is fine. But what I'm really talking about here is really not caring what others think. You do what makes you happy. If you want to work. If you want to stay at home with your family and raise your family, do that. It doesn't matter. You do you and what makes you happy. And stop worrying about what others think. Stop doing that. So that would be number 2. Number 3 is not going to be a surprise, but don't put yourself last. Don't put yourself last. That's a hard one. It's a hard one because as moms, we're such givers and we want to do so much. And the fact is there's only so many hours in the day, right? There's only so many hours in the day to get all the things done. But we have to think about, have to think about putting ourselves first. And if you can't put yourself first each day, then you have to think about when. When can you put yourself, when can you do something for yourself? And let me tell you a couple of reasons why. One, I know you've heard the analogy about being not the analogy. If you've ever flown on a plane, you've heard people say, put your oxygen on first before you help someone else if there's an emergency on the plane. That's a reason for that. If you are passed out on the floor for lack of oxygen, you cannot help your child, you cannot help your spouse, you cannot help your mother sitting beside you, whoever you have with you. There is a reason you put the oxygen on first. If your cup is half filled or you have nothing left in your cup to offer anyone, then you can't be of value. And that's hard to hear. Right? So you have to really think about it. And I bet your family can tell you. They can tell when you're just at your wit's end. They can tell when you've had too much. Like they can tell if you watch your family, they will give you signals. So what I'm challenging you to do is don't put yourself last. Don't wait till the end of the day and then realize there's just not enough time left for you. So this may look like setting a reminder on your phone until you can create this into a routine. And it can be as small or as big as you want it to every day, but doing something every day. So you may need to make a little list. These are the things, going back to number 2, these are the things that make me happy. These are the things that fill me up. These are the things that recharge me. So you have to start noticing those things. And if you haven't done that for a while, then you're going to have to sit down and really think about it. And then 2, how do you feel? So notice those feelings. And the second piece of that is, when we don't do those things, we lose who we are as people. And you don't want to lose yourself along this journey. Because when your kids are grown and they leave home, which is the ideal piece of parenting, is that we nurture and grow these amazing people that become adults that can live independently, then you still have you. So you don't want to lose who you are. So if you don't know, then take a few minutes today to kind of write down a couple things that you're like, these things recharge me. And it can be small or big. It can be that you go for a massage every Monday. It could be you spend 5 minutes reading quietly before your kids get up. It could be you get the kids on the bus and then you've got 10 minutes to just sit quietly, have that cup of coffee, and then start your day. It doesn't have to, and it won't look like my day or your neighbor's day or your sister's or your best friend. That's okay. But you've got to figure out some way to stop putting yourself last every single day. Because at some point, it's going to impact you and your family. So, the 3 things that you should have on your list that are your stop doing, don't do these things on your list is first, don't do perfect. 2 is don't care what others think. Number 3 is don't put yourself last. Those are the 3 things that I hope that you will consider this week as you think about your to-do list, you think about all the things. Take a few minutes to think about and put into action how are you happy, and how are you responding to your world, and how are you living in your world, and are you living always reacting to others and what others think and how others respond? Don't live in a reacting world. Live for you and live for your family. So I would just challenge you to think about those things. You may come up with 3 other things or 3 brand new things that you don't want to do. So it is completely okay not to use my stop doing list. You can create your own. That's what I did after listening to Sarah speak. I was, kind of like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Let me think about how I would present this to our audience, but also what are some things that as a mom, I feel like really nag at us and things that we continuously give value to that we don't need to, right? And so that's how I came up with these 3 things. So I hope that was helpful. Spend some time thinking about what really makes you happy. What is your family's values? How do I put myself first? And then start putting some things in action this week to get there. If you want to learn more about dyslexia and you want to learn more about raising your child with dyslexia, head over to dyslexiamomlife.com. I've got lots more dyslexia resources there. If you want more support or you just want to chat about this episode, you can come join me and some other amazing moms in our private Facebook group, Dyslexia Mom Life Podcast Community. Yes, it's long. Just put in Dyslexia Mom Life. It should pop up in the Facebook groups. Be sure to introduce yourself to the group. It will give you a great place to really make some connections and meet some other parents and other moms that get it. So I want you to have a great rest of your week. And remember, you got this and I've got you. Take care.